Hey there, Chad here for the AI Content Dojo, and in this video I want to show off the new features in Jarvis, which they've been out for a couple of days now and you probably are aware of them. It's the 3 toggle switches over here on the left sidebar, which give you a good amount of control over the context, and I just want to make sure that you realize how helpful this can be when trying to create your content. So it is just a simple thing. Just 3 little toggles you can turn on or off, and essentially what it does is helps you control the context for the commands. So if, for example, you were right here in your content and you were trying to run a command previously, the only context that would be used would be this command's line and up, right? None of this sidebar stuff would be used. And that was important because it needed to be able to isolate, or give you the ability to somewhat isolate what you wanted in that particular moment without everything getting in the way and you having no control over it. Because previously, if you didn't want anything else to affect it, you could have just used the triple asterisk right above it, and then your command would have been completely isolated and you would have had nothing else to affect it. But now with the toggle switches you can. So when you're in the middle of your content and you do want to isolate it, but you also want to provide a little bit more context than what's provided in that one line for the command, you can put as much stuff in here as you want into the keywords and title. All those can affect the output of the command now. And that gives you the ability that, especially like when you're in a really long article, to kind of, section off a part and then use commands and the content brief and such so that you can build a particular type of content in the middle of an article. Previously, that might have been a little bit more difficult to do, maybe a little bit more trial and error, and now it should be easier for you. The other thing that it can also do for you is it can kind of give Jarvis the ability to see into the future of your article, or like see further down, so to speak. So let's just say that if you're at this part in your article, like right about here, and it has no idea that later down in your article you say something like set an end time each day. It can sometimes be very difficult to stick to a schedule if you're not faced with physical limitations. This is an article about working from home, and so set a time to an end time each day is something that's further down in the article, right? So way up here, if you're trying to write something and you want it to be thinking about setting a time to end the day so that you don't work too long, well, Jarvis is going to be unaware of that right here because it's not above this line. This is the context in Jarvis means whatever is above this line gets used. But now that this over here can be used, you can put the future content here, right? And now Jarvis is aware of that and might actually start using that in the content he's creating here. So you might use this to make a connection from one paragraph to the next, or one section to the next, or maybe a transition or something like that. And just as he can see into the future that way, if you're way down in your article, way down in here, Jarvis can see back 2,000, 3,000 characters, but that means that way up here, the stuff that's up here is no longer visible to him, right? So let's say that you're going to want to write a conclusion or something, and Jarvis can see a whole bunch, but he doesn't see what's at the very beginning at the intro. Maybe you could copy this intro content here into the description, and then when you're way down here trying to do your conclusion, it has awareness of what was written about at the very beginning of the article as well. So don't forget also to use those triple asterisks when you do want to section off content, and combine that with these toggles to give yourself really the full control over writing what you want wherever you are in your article. And that's it. That's it for this video. I hope that you found this helpful, and until next time, take care.